The woman Stanley Kubrick described as thoroughbred, statuesque, cultish, graceful, and never frightened of a challenge. Her appearance on the London stage caused one critic to describe her as pure theatrical Viagra. Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Kidman. Well, most welcome. And we obviously like you, so settle in for a happy time. Pure theatrical Viagra. I mean, that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life, isn't it?
Hope so.
Yes. Let's, first of all, get out of the way the question that everybody wants to ask you nowadays, and that's about the divorce. It hangs over you like a cloud, I'm sure, as you're going around promoting your films and things. So let's get rid of all that up top. I mean, how much of a shock was it to you, the actual business of getting a divorce?
Michael. Getting a divorce?
No, you know, breaking up. I mean, was it very hurtful?
Man, you've just gone right in there.
Well, I mean, answer as you may. Tell me to mind my own business.
Mind your own business.
All right. But then...
No. It's such a private matter. There's, you know, my kids, and we're still a family, and it's a family that's struggling to work its way out.
So how are you feeling now, then? I mean, what's the
Shattered.
Shattered, really? Yeah?
No, I mean, I'm joking. I'm fine. Everyone keeps asking me all the time, how are you, how are you? And after a while, I mean, divorce is divorce, and it's a really tough thing to go through. Sure. I'm sure a lot of people here have been through it. And it leaves you shaken, and your whole foundation is sort of a mess. And then you have to pick yourself up and move forward. And that's what I'm doing.
So, I mean, what pulls you through? I mean, is it the family? Is it the thought that you have to now sort of start again with the children?
You have two kids.
Yeah,
and you don't, and there's times when you just say, I just want to curl up in a ball and never get out of bed. And then you have a 6-year-old coming in and going, where's breakfast?
Sure.
So, you know, and it's part of, I suppose, I mean, it's my journey. I didn't expect it to happen to me, and it has happened, and that's it.
Because one of the problems that other people get divorced, of course they do. People get divorced every day. But the point is, of course, with you, I mean, it's such a public marriage, wasn't it? That's the problem. That's the price you pay, if you like, for fame. Is that when... And yours is a particular kind of fame as well.
I mean, I think, though, but it's been unexpected in terms of the amount of interest in it. And
really?
It's waning.
Surprise you? Surely not.
Yeah, a bit. I mean, this year for me has been such a strange year because artistically it's been a wonderful year in terms of I've had Moulin Rouge come out and the others, and films that I worked so hard on that I'm really proud of and that I love. And then I've had my whole personal life sort of dragged through the gutter, so to speak, and it's kind of like everything's come at once, and I'm just going, gosh, this is overwhelming. But I've got a mother and a father who are so together, thank God, and a sister who's like my twin, and friends that have stuck by me through thick and thin, and that's what you need in life. And I think that's how, you know, I'm 34 and I sit here and I say, wow, through the course of my life, I've established some deep, strong friendships that are now, you know, there for me.
What you rely on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed out the most important part.
What?
You're an Aussie.
Yeah, I'm an Aussie. I mean, I think when you're Australian, you have a certain, you know...
Well, you're not a Hollywood person, are you? I mean, you're not...
Well, I have a place to escape to. I have my perspective on the world, and that comes from being Australian.
But before we leave this subject, I mean, given the kind of public recognition that was involved in you and Tom Cruise, just tell us exactly what happened when you went to Rome.
Oh, what do you mean? Like when we would...
Well...
I mean, there's something, I suppose...
This is an unusual life.
I spent 11 years with him, and there's something strangely romantic about being very well known and being together, which people, I suppose, don't understand, because you're in a fishbowl and all of those things, but you also only have each other because nobody else really understands. So you sort of really have this kind of little cocoon bubble that you exist in together. And that's quite romantic. I mean, I'm a romantic, so I love, you know, anything. But yeah, our life would be, we would go to Rome, and the things that you give up when you're well known, sometimes you can't. I mean, I really push through this stuff, but for him, you know, he wouldn't want to walk down the street during the daytime, or couldn't walk down the street during the daytime because of people coming up or whatever. So we would see cities at night. We'd sort of break out of the hotel room and run around at 3 a.m. in the morning and just do it that way. And
run around the Colosseum?
Yeah, we broke into the Colosseum. Climbed the fences and broke in, which was quite... But it's a way of dealing with being really well-known, but still being able to see a city like Rome. And I'd actually lived in Rome, so I knew it quite well, but he'd never been there, and I wanted him to see it, so we saw it by moonlight.
Wonderful.
Oh.
Romantic. But the film that you've done that we're going to talk about now, The Others, which is a wonderful... I love chillers, and this is not not a some slash or a movie like that. It's a psychological thriller, beautifully done. You must be happy with it when you watch it.
Yeah, I went to Madrid to make it, so I got to see Spain, which was really fun. Yeah. But it's an unusual film because it's the horror genre, but it has this wonderful female character, which is unusual in that sort of film.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because when you see your character in that film, this is a very stitched-up, repressed woman holding everything in, and then gradually going to pieces. And compare that to Moulin Rouge, where you play this fantastic courtesan who's free as air and comes in on a wonderful trapeze with 500 guys dancing at her feet.
Oh, that was just... I mean, I remember that the night when we shot that, and I get to come in on this, I don't know if you've seen the movie, but I come in on this trapeze and there's like 500 men in dinner suits screaming, and the director would say to them, "Unbridled lust! Unbridled lust!" And so then they go, "Ah!" And I looked down from my trapeze and thought, wow, this is once in a lifetime.
Well, so what about the, I mean, now you've reached a stage in your career where people are calling you a screen goddess and a screen icon. And,
no, they're not.
No, they are. I've read the cuttings. They are. And I just wondered if that was what you wanted to be. I mean, when you were a child in Australia, did you see yourself on the silver screen? Is that what you wanted to be? Did you imagine you'd be this person, the subject of unbridled lust?
No, the director had to tell them to do that because they weren't doing it. I wanted to act. I love to act.
But what was it about? Why?
I don't know why. Ever since I was in Australia. I mean, I straighten my hair now. It's naturally curly, and I straighten it. But I had this red curly hair and freckles, and I was like 5'10" by the time I was 14. So I was very unattractive. Yeah, like gawky.
Boys didn't bother you?
Boys didn't. I remember having a boy dragged across the dance floor to dance with me, and he was being dragged and going, "No!" And that stays with you forever.
I bet it stays with him now when he knows. Imagine. Eh?
But so I loved to get lost.
It's make-believe.
Yeah, and I remember I would read all the time and get lost in I think that's the first time I read War and Peace when I was 13, which sounds pretentious, but I did do it, and on summer holiday, and I became Natasha. And and when the book finished, I was devastated. And I think that's where it started, the idea of you can be somebody else.
Yes, because your mum and dad were professional people, aren't they?
My dad's a workaholic. He's a psychologist, but he's also a biochemist.
Yes. And Mum, of course, was very strong.
Was a nurse educator,
that's right. And a feminist, to the extent that she wouldn't allow you to have dolls.
Well, she wouldn't allow me to have a Barbie doll.
Really?
No.
So?
So I stole one, which was not good, and I got in trouble. No, so then actually I was allowed to have one. I had to return it to the store, very humiliating, and sort of apologise for stealing and all that sort of stuff. And then she said, well, I'll buy you one because I shouldn't be sort of imposing my thing so soon on when all you want is a doll, a Barbie doll. But yeah, she raised both of us. She had 2 daughters, my sister and I, We were raised as feminists.
But what do you mean by that? I mean, in what...
Well, we were... it was a word that was used a lot in our household. It was about giving us confidence to be, as women, whatever we wanted to be. But I think her main emphasis was actually about sisterhood, because for her, feminism, and for me as well, and it's, I mean, a lot of women in my generation don't want to be called a feminist, and I think that that's bad, actually, because there's still things that need to be done. But what my mother would always say is it's about helping other women.
But the relation with your mother is interesting, because you nursed her through an illness, didn't you?
Yeah, she had breast cancer when I was 17. And I think when your family, and I gave a speech at her 60th birthday where I just said, you're the heart and soul of our family. And so when the heart of your family when you have to suddenly deal with the possibility of losing her, and she was it for all of us, it was awful. And there was a year where, you know, she went through chemotherapy and radiation, and so I think that really had a huge effect on me. But I actually did, and you feel so helpless. I think that's the thing.
Were you able to be any practical use at all?
Well, you sort of emotionally, at 17, you're going, oh, what can I do? I've now almost I've got to be there for her, and I can't be the one to break. And I actually did a massage course. I'm a very good masseuse. So that...
I didn't giggle, you giggled.
I know, because I sort of... But, I mean, I did it for my mother because with the radiation, when you have it, the muscles all seize up in the back and everything, and so it was a small way in which I could help her, and it actually bonded us, because every day I would just, you know, lie her out on the bed or something and massage her.
And what's the family feel now about your extraordinary success? I mean, Moulin Rouge was made in Australia, of course, at Fox Studios there.
That's my mother's favourite movie.
Is it?
Yeah, I still do.
Does she associate with
do everything to please her.
Do you?
Yeah. So when she says it's good, oh, it's good.
What hasn't she liked? What hasn't she liked?
She fell asleep in To Die For.
Did she? Oh, I like To Die For.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what did she think
Still doesn't mean anything, because she didn't like it.
What did you think of Eyes... What did you think of Eyes Wide Shut?
Enjoyed it. Yeah. She's tough. She saw the blue room and went...
That's
that
all.
was it! And then I had 6 months to keep doing the show. But she loved Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. Well,
and my dad loved the others. So I've had a good year with them.
You have. You've had a very good year indeed, yeah. Just one final point. We were talking about Moulin Rouge when Ewan comes on in a moment.
Yes, get Ewan on here.
No, we've got to get Cruella Devine on first of all.
I'm a bit scared of her.
You're a bit scared, are you? Not half as scared as I am. A dominatrix. But just one final question. You mentioned there at the beginning of our interview, you said that you're a romantic. So, I mean, you're going to get married again, are you? Not tomorrow,
Oh, you're married.
But, I mean, that's what you want to be. It's not put you off marriage for life. This is
no. I'd love to get married again.
You would? All right. Well, Nicole Kidman, thank you for the moment. I enjoyed talking to you. Nicole Kidman.
About a year and a half.
Wanting to rehearse that scene.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
What?
I see.
People you don't... Okay, so it was just...
Famously.
What about the...
I sang in a band when I was 17, but only at parties and...
Is there any footage of that?
I was playing bass, so that's why. I was like, oh, I'll sing then.
But
we were terrible.
I read some...
Take on the character, yeah. But I find it very easy to sing to you.
Yeah. I wouldn't have... It's technically very difficult. You mean, there's nothing there. A few takes, and they'd walk around with these... It's really difficult. I mean, it is...